Australia is a diversified country in many aspects, and diversity is an important contributor to Australia's success. The past 5 decades have shown that China and Australia, we can be friends, we can be partners, in spite of our differences in political system and development stage. The fourth point, to develop an inclusive relationship based on the interests of our own two peoples. As independent sovereign states, China and Australia each has its own national interests. Each also conducts exchanges with other countries in the world and builds various partnerships. China and Australia share mutual interests with each other, while at the same time, each shares mutual interests with other partners as well. One's interests are sometimes the same or similar with the others, but sometimes not, which is pretty normal. China respects Australia's normal exchanges and cooperation with other countries. China has no intention to interfere in or undermine Australia's relations with a third party. At the same time, it is our belief that China and Australia should make independent judgments and decisions to develop our own bilateral relations based on the interests of the people of China and the people of Australia, free from interference from a third party. 50 years ago, Prime Minister Whitman overcame tremendous difficulties and challenges, made the brave decision to establish diplomatic relations between Australia and China. In the initiation of cooperation with China and the engagement with Asia have proven that Australia is fully capable of playing its role independently in international affairs. As an important major country in Asia-Pacific, as a founding member of APEC, Australia has its unique geographical and cultural advantages. Australia could play an even bigger role to promote exchange and cooperation between the East and the West, and could make even greater contribution to the prosperity and stability of the Asia-Pacific region. Fifthly, and the last point, to promote mutual understanding between our two peoples, to lay down a solid foundation of mutual friendship. Amity between our peoples holds the key to sound relations between our two countries. Over the past 50 years, there have been established more than 100 pairs of sister provinces, sister states, and sister cities between China and Australia. Before COVID-19 pandemic, there were nearly 200 flights between our two countries every week, carrying nearly 2 million passengers visiting each other every year. And China has been Australia's largest source of international students for 7 consecutive years since 2015. And in addition to this, there are more than 1.2 million overseas Chinese working and living in different parts of Australia, making outstanding contribution to Australia's economic, social, and multicultural prosperity, and at the same time, to the friendship, exchange, and cooperation between our two countries. Everyone is entitled to his own views, but unarguably, the policy adopted and the information released by the government do have direct influence on the attitudes of the public. If the government of our two countries adopt positive policies and positive measures towards each other, protect and encourage the friendship between our two peoples, it will be highly conducive to a healthy and stable development of our bilateral relationship.